you. And then if you mess around and follow me, you'll mess around and catch me at one of the moments when I ain't, just so on the horse like you would think I am, and I don't know how you would take that. So I ain't gonna tell you to just follow me, but I can tell you this right here. There are times I have fallen off of the horse, but I catch that joker before he can leave. I bet you that. Before that horse can leave, even if I gotta grab that joker by his tail and pull him back so I can get back on, that's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. I ain't finna let him get away. I need to get back on this horse. I need to get back on. So I ain't gonna tell you to follow me. I don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I wish I could, but please don't. Woo! Jesus Christ. Please don't. A couple times out of the year I get mad, and you sure don't want to follow me them days. Okay, he says, always abiding in the work of the Lord. So, like I said, some people misunderstand and misinterpret the fact of thinking that the abiding in the work of the Lord means that you always going to have the Bible in your hand and you always going to be somewhere up in the clouds, They think you always there. That's not what that means, always abiding in the work of the Lord. It means to stay within the parameters. There are parameters that the Lord has for us, and part of the parameter is fun. You know what I'm saying? So it does leave room for fun and all. So you got to understand that if it did not have leave room for other things, then why are some of you married? Okay, you heard me ask you that, didn't you? If it does not leave room, if Christianity is all about beyond the sky and da 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 da, and always all about hakandelele sio tobabo shatalabandelele kimamana netalabando Jose. If it was all about that, then why are some of you married? See, Christianity leaves room for other things. It leaves room for other stuff. I know you ain't in there with your spouse in the midst of doing what you're doing, talking about some. Now you might do that if he get it just right. You might would talk like that. That's that mean he need to get you a whole nother place. That's a powerful joker. But now you ain't doing that. So then, okay, then Christianity has perimeters, but in part of the perimeters is fun. There is laughter. There is excitement. There is joy. That's in it. That's in it. So when he says abiding in the work of the Lord, all he means is to stand within the parameters. That's all it means. That's all it means. Some folks think, oh, Lord Jesus Christ, I got to be toting the Bible every day. Oh, God, I ain't going to be able to sit down and watch Young and Restless then. That's not what it's talking about, y'all. That's not what it's talking about. And so it says, always abiding in the work of the Lord. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Okay, so check this out. It says, for as much, y'all know how I am. Y'all know, I don't know how to do nothing but keep it real. Y'all already know that. So, all right, so I'm still in 1 Corinthians 15:58. And the last part of it says, for as much as you know that your labor, your works, your activities, your thought patterns, that labor consists of all of those things. What you do with your hands, what you do with your mouth, what you do with your heart, your labor, all of the things that you do. Fixing the plate for the elderly lady, being an awesome wife or being an awesome husband, being an awesome parent, being there at, working in and at the ministry as to where you are, your labor, being an awesome employee, your labor, or being an awesome employer, your labor is not in vain, he's saying. All of the things that you've stayed with within the parameter and you have performed, those things are not in vain. Y'all, listen, we've got to become more efficient at the scriptures. We've got to allow the Holy Spirit to talk more to us, to give more insight and more details as it relates to things. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain. Vain literally means useless or worthless. That's what it means. So, well, you've got to know that what you are doing has a purpose. Point blank. That's what it's saying. Because if you don't feel like it's got a purpose, you ain't going to want to do it. I want y'all to think about that now. If you feel like you know how some of y'all is, I'm finna quit. Well, it's just like I'm just going over him for nothing. I ain't getting nothing out of this. Because y'all know, the Lord already know we are the type of people that want something. He knows that. He knows that the Lord is really got to be in your life for you to do some stuff and not want nothing. I'm going to say that again. The Lord has really got to be in your life for you to do some things and not want nothing or not be looking for something in return. The Lord, shoot, I've seen people do stuff for elderly folk and know them people ain't got no money, ain't halfway drawing nothing, but they'll still want something from them because I don't seen people that is not going to sow no type of seed. And whatever they do, they want something for it. And so the Lord knew that about us. They want something for it. And so he says, listen, I need to let y'all know that if you be steadfast and unmovable and always abiding in the work of the Lord, and if you would know that your labor is not in vain, it's not useless, it's not worthless, what you are doing is going to carry a reward for you. It is going to come through and bring something for you. In the last part of it, it says, in the Lord. So what that is letting us know is where our reward system comes from. Our repayment comes from the Lord. That is the reason why I've literally been teaching myself to get away from looking and obligating people for things, because my reward or my things come from the Lord. It is the Lord that conditions a man's heart to be good to you. True story. I was in a store this morning, which I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies, no way. But listen, I was in a store this morning, and as I was getting ready to check out, the manager was checking somebody out at the next cash register over from me. I know a good $100 and something worth of stuff, and Maddie Tootie was with me, and also I had this stuff, and well, the man printed out a coupon. It said $10 off 40 for the woman. Now I heard him ask the woman, would she like to sign up for their rewards program? She said, no, I don't shop in here enough. He said, oh, you like Dollar General. That's what he said to her, and she started laughing. Well, he said, well, you got a $10 off 40 coupon. She was like, she wasn't interested in it. So I said to the lady, I said, can I have that coupon? The manager said, wow. That's what he said. Wow. And I'm like, why did you go wow? I said, listen, sir. Most of everything that I get because I open my mouth and ask. Don't you know if you ask, you shall receive? That lady gave me that coupon, right? Okay, so the lady gave me the coupon. He then turns around and says, it's probably not going to allow you to use it today, because most of the time the system is set up to where if it gives a coupon this day, you cannot use it to 24 hours, which would be the following day. I said, okay then. So sure enough, the girl tried to use the coupon and it kicked it out of the system. She said not only did it kick it out of the system, but it literally voided the whole transaction. She said, so I'm going to have to ring up all your stuff. She had put all my stuff in bags, rung up all my stuff. She said, I'm going to have to ring up all your stuff again. I said, no, you ain't got to ring up all my stuff again. She said, you don't want it? I said, oh yeah, I want it. I said, I just ain't going to get it till tomorrow. I'm going to get it when I can get it. I said, oh, sweetheart, listen, let me tell you something about me. I'm too smart to be dumb. Let me tell you something about me, sweetheart. Now, that's $10 off 40. I know for a fact I got $120 worth of stuff. So that means if I break this up into $40 transactions and get 10 off of each one of them, that's going to knock that $120 bill down to $90. You think I ain't going to do it? I said, I'll come back and get all this tomorrow. Let me have my receipt. I took the woman receipt, turned right around and paid for something for Tootie and got a third receipt. I said, watch what I do. The guy, all my stuff was right there in the buggy. The manager's sitting right there. He in a wild position. I said to him, I said, I'm gonna come back and get it tomorrow. I said, I'm gonna come back and get it in the morning. That's what I said to him. I said, I'm gonna come back over and get it in the morning. He said, you know what? He said, I've never done this for anybody before, but I'm going to put this in the bag. What time you coming? I said, I'll be here by 10. I got to do prayer in the morning and get myself ready. So I know I can be in here by 10. So I'll be over here to get it. He said, I'm going to do this for you. He said, but I have never done this for anybody before. I looked dead at him and I said these words right here. I said, every day I get up, I look for favor. You just so happen to be one of my manifestations of favor today. I appreciate you, sir. That man looked at me. He said, I knew it was something special about you. When I see you coming in my store, he said, I knew it was something special about you. And see, when I get up every day, I'm looking for somewhere where favor is. See, I told y'all, I don't play with this. I live this. I live this. It's literally had to become my life. It now is my life. I don't look for mess. I look for favor. I look for blessings. I don't look for curses. I look for blessings. I look for favor, for glory, for honor. That's what I look for. And so, look what God did. God allowed him to break a rule, something he ain't ever done for me. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, it's Proverbs chapter 21, I want to say it is, in verse 1 says, the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and the Lord turns his heart whithersoever direction he wants it to go. So then, therefore, if my ways are pleasing unto the Lord, this is the scripture now. You can look up everything I'm saying to you, and you're going to find out that your girl on point. Because I've had to live this. See, I've been in places where I've needed God to stand up for me because I had so many enemies, it was crazy. I had people literally wanting to destroy my life. I had people literally wanting to see me in jail. And so, therefore, I've had to allow the scriptures to become real to me. And so then it says, if a man's ways please the Lord, that he will make his enemies to be at peace. I literally got to that place where the Lord made my enemies be at peace with me. Literally couldn't do nothing to me. You better hear what I'm saying to you. It says when a man's ways, God, help your servant tonight, man. It says when a man ways, is W-A-Y-S. His multiple, there are many ways. When your ways, not just you doing it one way, sweetheart, but when your ways, see, some of you think because you throw a little money in the offering plate, that means that God is pleased with you. No, baby. It says when your ways, when you let the offering, you do right in the offering plate, one, but you do right by your mouth too. See, your mouth can mess up some of your ways. You do right by getting your heart together. That's ways, see. And when you change things and let the ways come through for you. See, I had to let my ways change. Girl, you need to change your ways. That's what I did too. Ooh, Delphine, you need to change your ways, girl. Your ways ain't good. I did too. I started changing them. And when my ways begin to please the Lord, he calls even my enemies to have to be at peace. In the season that they wanted to destroy me, they couldn't, God. They couldn't, God. I want to thank you. They couldn't in the very times that they thought to themselves, we got her now, baby. Woo, Jesus Christ, we got her. Her back is up against the wall. Guess what God did? My back back really did get up against the wall, but guess what I started doing? I just started scratching it. That's all I started doing. I didn't panic in fear. I just used it as a back scratcher. Oh.